Okay, y'all. It is finally 4:30. So we are live. I'm going to wait for TikTok to send out the notification so that we can get started. We have a lot to talk about today. We have been working really hard. We have some information to share with you guys. So I'm going to give everyone a chance to come up. Hey, Miss Shayla. I see you on time. Wait for everybody else to come up. Yeah, today was a lot. We worked hard today, Miss Shayla. Thank you for sharing the live too, Miss Shayla. Francisco, thank you for joining the live. Definitely appreciate it. Gonna wait on a few more. So as you guys are coming in, if you guys could like the live, definitely would appreciate it. Shout out to Be Real. Thank you for joining as well. Hey, the Black Sleuth, welcome. Welcome. It's been a minute. Yeah, but we have a lot of information to talk about today. Glad to see you. It seems like they're sending out the notification slow. Hi, Belinda. Welcome to the live. Definitely appreciate it.
I'm sorry I couldn't respond to you earlier. I was trying to repost this over on Twitter X
Oh, you're fine.
on
Thank you.
here.
Oh, I forgot to put it on there too. Thank you. Let me put it too.
But yes, we have been doing quite a bit of work today, and we have a lot to share with you guys. I think we're really excited about this live.
Yes. Also, the Black Sleuth said he didn't get the notification. He had to come in manually. Wow. Hey, Miss Pretty. Welcome. Dragons, thank you for joining. Definitely appreciate you guys for coming in. Katera, thank you for joining. And I think too, y'all.
Are you shadow banned?
I don't know because the Black Sleuth saying he didn't get a notification either.
Yeah, it didn't do one for me. I had to come to the message and see that you were live. So I don't know.
Wow, that's possible because my views just on my post have been really low. So it's possible. Hi, Shy Baby. Thank you for joining. Oh, Belinda, it's okay. It's okay if you guys come in and out. We all have lives. We just appreciate you guys for being here. So, Miss Kitty, thank you for saying that too. So I guess I'll give everyone a couple extra minutes. I don't know what's going on. I'm glad we have a set time then. That definitely helps.
I was just going to say that just you guys remember Monday through Friday at 4:30 p.m. Central Time.
Yes. Hey, Face, welcome back. Yes, and I'll make a note of that too. Make sure I say it. Hey, I think that's, well, I'll just say Sam. I don't want to mispronounce your name. Summer, welcome. Hi, Shy Baby. Yes, we are having a blessed day. I hope you are having a great day as well. If you guys could like the live too, especially since we could potentially be shadow banned, we want to get as many people as we can in. We will start in a couple of minutes.
And that's what I'm gonna say because they Flower is suspended from hers, so I don't know what's going on.
Wow. Yeah.
And all she doing is talking about Carmelo and Nola, and she got suspended for what reason I don't know.
Yeah.
Tried to appeal her ban.
I don't know. I don't know all that. I just know she posted that she her thing is suspended.
Yeah, you have to be really careful, and I guess I will mention too. We got to be careful with the language too.
Yeah, it does get tricky on here because we are talking about such a sensitive subject, and trying to remember to translate it into TikTok friendly language
Yeah.
because I forget from time to time, so I have to be extra focused.
Yes. I'm gonna see if I can, oops, wrong button. I'm gonna share it out too. I'll put it in our chat too. And then we'll get started. Y'all, we are so excited that you guys are here. We have so much to discuss. Like we were saying, we really, really have worked hard today. So we have some information that we were able to uncover. Okay, I'll just send it to those and then I'll share again. But again, thank you guys for joining. Sonia, thank you for joining. So we are going to go ahead and get started. So like I said, today we have a lot of things to discuss. Hey, Kristen. So the first thing I want to do is discuss funeral services for Nolan Wells. They are tentatively scheduled for July 20th with the viewing from 9 to 11 and services from 11 to 2. Again, this information could change. And one thing that we want to do here as well is give you guys the sources, because I know when we post, we provide sources, but we also want to do it in here. So I got this information from NOLA.com and WLOX. And also with the sources that we provide, you guys can feel free to fact check them. We always want to be accurate. If anything changes, we will definitely let you guys know. Okay. Belinda, I added you by mistake, but it's fine. You can stay if you can just stay on mute. Okay. Okay, thank you so much. Okay. So, next I want to discuss incredible news. There's a lot of information about this case because it is so big. So on this panel, we do try our best to make sure that what we report is credible to the best of our ability. I want you guys to remember that with every case that we discuss, it is ever changing. That does mean, based on future information, our views and our stances may change. I want you guys to be aware of that. I am seeing a lot of comments on some of my older posts saying that something was proven not correct or something happened. As an update, remember, we can only speak about current details. So I want you guys to be mindful of that. Hey, Lance, welcome to the chat. Good to see you. So secondly, I want you guys to be careful with information that is online about the Nolan case or any other case. It's important that you guys not just go with something you heard without fact checking, and that includes us. You guys can fact check us as well. So a perfect example of this is that yesterday our group began to see information about Nolan Wells' autopsy. And that was Monday on July 13th. However, instead of reporting the information and trying to be first, we did our due diligence and checked the source. Once we checked that, we realized that the initial Berkeley website that the source was, it was redirecting to another website. So based on this information and other information that, I won't discuss, we were able to determine that this autopsy was more than likely uncredible, which is why we decided not to post about it. Also, we try not to post anything as critical as something like an autopsy until it has been verified by either a news agency, being Crump, or we have sufficient proof that it is credible. So I want you guys to be aware of that. So one thing I want to talk about too is going to be this pool party photo. So many people are in the comments saying that the pool party was not on July 4th. I want to make this clear. There is no concrete evidence that shows that it wasn't July 4th, besides some questionable interviews, as well as media publications, but they don't show the proof that it was not July 4th. We don't have anything in writing that proves it. Also, there are several other dates floating around regarding this pool photo. So I have seen two dates. I've seen June 25th and June 27th. So of those dates, I can confirm myself that it was not June 25th And this is due to some research that we did. On June 25th in Ocean Springs, Mississippi, they were actually placed under a moderate special weather statement by the National Weather Service due to the potential for localized heavy storms. So now we are going to get into the sources, y'all. According to weather sources, this particular storm produced a high chance of lightning strikes at 50 to 70%, and it was fueled by intense daytime heat and tropical moisture, according to the Lightning Tracker app. In fact, according to WLOX, the National Weather Service tracked numerous strong storm complexes, producing heavy downpours, gusty winds, and frequent intense lightning flashes. So, that would mean that it would not be possible to swim on this date, which is June 25th.
And
And
let's
go
share
ahead.
why we think why we've come to June 25th. There was someone who posted in order to justify the guy who has USA shaved into his chest hairs, they said that the World Cup was going on. So we tracked when Team USA played. They did not play on June 27th, which is a suggested date for this pool party, which is exactly 1 week before July 4th, but they did play on June 25th. So that's how we are pinpointing the date, June 25th.
Yes. Yes.
Sorry, didn't mean to
That's
interrupt
correct.
you. I just wanted people to
No,
know
no, no.
why we
Yes.
were looking at the date, June 25th.
Yes, you were fine. But as you guys can see, we definitely research. We don't just come on here talking at our ass for real. So based on all of that information, it wouldn't be possible to swim on that day. And I don't know anybody who would plan a party of that magnitude when the weather is like that. So
Black people, if you have some country relatives, you know that when a storm like that comes in, you're supposed to be in the house sitting in the dark. No electronics on. You're not getting in any water. Like, you sitting there praying that lightning doesn't strike.
Yes. And I also want to give the source on that, so you guys can definitely feel free to fact check. I got this information from NWS New Orleans. Now, I do want to be transparent about the date of June 27th. I cannot confirm or rule that out as being the date of the photo, but I also can't confirm or rule out July 4th. So I want that to be clear. The only way that I would be able to rule that out is if we got some type of metadata. Besides that, I'm going to keep it up. Also, Ben Crump still has the photo posted to his Instagram page. I looked earlier today. So I'm not going to remove that photo or the post. Also, I'm not going to remove the photo in the future, because if it is proven that that photo was in fact on July 4th, that will make that photo evidence. However, if it is later determined that that photo was in fact not on July 4th, you will definitely hear it from us, and there will be a post about it. So I want to make that clear. And then
there's other reasons. There's other reasons we believe it is July 4th, and that every picture in that carousel is from July 4th. Nolan has the same swim trunks on. In this day and age, I find it rare that someone who I don't think he's wearing swim trunks, around the same group of friends at 1 week apart from each other. There is also another picture in that carousel, and they are on the boat. We believe that to be around sunset, based off of the information that has been posted with another person at Horn Island saying they left at 7:30, and Wyatt's boat was still parked next to them. So, and we have checked, and this is a Google search you can do. Sunset for Ocean Springs on July 4th was at 8:09 p.m. And that would be in line with this being an evening pool party.
Yes. Yes. And thank you, Tana, for the follow. Definitely appreciate it. If you guys could like the live, we work really hard on these cases, so we definitely appreciate it. Also, last but not least, per Fox 10 TV, Jackson County Sheriff John Ledbetter said his department has conducted witness interviews and has been in contact with other agencies, including the FBI. Also, he did mention as well that the public has played a major role in the investigation's progress. So I want you guys to know our conversations about cases like this matter. No matter about people telling us we need to move on or he drowned, y'all, we have to keep having these conversations. It's so important. Yes, y'all, but that's all I had today that I wanted to share with you guys. So I'll go ahead and let the panel start. Does anybody have anything they want to say about what I read? And then once the panel starts, I'll go ahead and bring people up from the chat.
I just have a question. Hi, by the way. I haven't heard from you guys in a while because I've been busy. What did I miss that you're having to be on the defense so much?
We'll talk in the chat.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's all I wanted to know because I'm sitting here like dumbfounded, like I don't understand. What in the world?
We just want to make sure that we're accurate. That's all. And if I'm being honest, we have been thus far.
Well, I mean, and you know, we just want to highlight that we are not just regurgitating what the mainstream media is posting. You know, we believe allegedly that maybe the mainstream media may be used to help create reasonable doubt. I know that we're all very spiritual, empathic people, but we want to make sure that we are backing up our gut feelings and our suspicions by facts. So that's another reason for it. I think we need to address the Travion and the Javion. Notice that they got all the avions
I'm sorry for laughing.
to be witnesses. The reason we don't give credence to Travion and Javion is because they have yet to post a picture that shows that they were on Horn Island with Nolan on July 4th. It's real simple. There's no picture out there. With so many kids being involved in this case, there appears to be, you know, some of them who maybe are repeating what they have heard has happened, and then some of them that are wanting to interject themselves into this story. And, you know, just currently we don't find them. I don't care if it was TMZ or ABC or Rolling Stones, I believe is all of the places that they contacted. They just don't seem to be credible.
Yes, and can I add to that too, Miss Shayla? If you guys are really paying attention, whenever something comes out on social media, whether it's an interview or some type of statement, then the big media does the same thing. They are copying what's happening on TikTok because they have bigger platforms. I need you guys to pay attention.
And that, you know, they more than we have the right to verify this stuff, and it just doesn't seem like they're doing their due diligence. This is a really simple question to say, hey, can you show us a picture of you guys together on Horn Island on July 4th? We don't need pictures that y'all took in the past in passing, because as Nolan's mother said, he's never not met a friend. he was an avid Snapchat user. So the fact that they have pictures with him, okay, but y'all don't have the important picture, the picture of you with him on July 4th at Horn Island. Also, you're giving very vague blanket statements. He said he was going to get a ride on another friend's boat. What friend is that? Why hasn't that friend come forward? Y'all, if you guys all know each other, I mean, some of them are still in high school. Some of them have graduated within a year. Y'all still know each other. So why don't you know which one of your other friends was going to give Nolan a ride back to the mainland? And that they still have not answered that question. So, we're not giving any credence to Javion and Travion because of these reasons. They just seem to be clout chasing, and the mainstream media doesn't seem to be doing any due diligence on this.
Yes. And Miss Shayla, while you are speaking, I'm going to give everyone else a chance, but can you discuss your research about the tide information? Do you feel comfortable or you want to wait?
Yeah.
Okay.
So just to give you guys some background on why I started researching the tide, I am sending FOIA requests, and I'll just read you a briefly a section of my FOIA request. It is going, FOIA, for those who don't know, is Freedom of Information Act request. In this particular one, I'm sending to the National Park Service. So because they were essentially the entity that found Nolan on July 6th. So what I'm specifically asking them for is the initial discovery report filed by the park ranger or law enforcement officials who found Nolan on the morning of July 6th, field notes made by the responding park rangers during the discovery, geographic coordinates, or an exact pinned location of where Nolan was found. It was initially discovered and found on the island. And then the fourth thing I was asking for was statistical records detailing how many people had drowned at Horn Island within the past 10 years. So while I'm doing that, I do use AI, guys, but in my opinion, you have to know how to ask AI the right questions. Maybe that's because I'm an exennial or an older millennial. I still remember how to do research and to ask questions and all of that stuff. So that was why I was asking. It was pointed out to me when I was chatting with my AI bot that I could look up the National Weather Service and they have to report unalivings due to riptides and surfs. And another reason I wanted to know this is because I noticed in my Twitter comment section, one of the ways that they were trying to discredit some of my postings on Nolan was saying, well, people die or people become unalived all the time, through swimming accidents. Like, I think someone quoted 2 to 3 times a year it happens at Horn Island. So there has to be data of that. And so I found the this year, which starts on January 1st, and goes through June 22nd. So it hasn't been updated for July, but for June 22nd, there have been 34 unalivings, and none of them have happened in the state of Mississippi and specifically Horn Island. With that being said, I checked the previous year, which was the 2025 year, starting from January 1st, 2025, going through December 31st, 2025. There were 99 total unalivings, and none of them happened in the state of Mississippi or Horn Island. So it's very strange that Sheriff John Ledbetter would come out and say that this was an accidental drowning when that is not common for that area. And this is backed up. You can look this up on the National Weather Service, which is weather.gov, to find out this information. So for them to come off right away and say that, it's not common. Mr. Sam, who isn't here today, he has said that the water in that area is really calm. And now we have the data to prove it, because there have been no reported unalivings in that area for the past year and a half.
Yeah, so as we told you guys, we have really been working as a team, just trying to bring you guys factual information. And that's something that we definitely want to stand on. So does anybody have anything else to say before I bring Breezy up on the panel? Okay. Well, that's Miss Pretty. Are you trying to say something?
Yeah, I couldn't hear you. What did you say? You lagged out.
Oh, I'm sorry. If anybody has anything they wanted to say before I bring Breezy up.
Oh, okay. No, go ahead.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Hey
Go ahead,
guys,
Lance.
I'm sorry. So I don't know this case at all, but I have just a quick question. So are they? These are individuals apparently that he went on his boat with, right? Now, were they interviewed together? Do you know, at the scene or after the fact, or individually? Did they visit them? How was? Do you know?
We don't have the details of that, but they were not interviewed on the scene. Okay. And if I have to give y'all the history of the case, I will. I know.
Yeah, she's good at that. Yes, she's good at it.
Yeah, I don't mean to take up the time. I'm sorry. I just had that question.
I can do it, and I'll try to weave together all of the facts, and hopefully it will paint a picture of you guys, for you guys, in what is going on. So,
Lance, please. Oh, I got it. Thank you. Oh, well, I'll take it.
Look at Jay getting some food. Go ahead, Shayla.
I was gonna say, Jay, what you eating? So on July 3rd, it's the last time that Nolan Wells' parents saw him alive. He cooked dinner for his family, baked salmon. He was really proud of this. He was helping his mom out, who, works outside of the home, and he cooked the family dinner. And then he was off to spend the night at his friend Jax's house. This is this was going to be, the end of summer for these guys. A lot of them are athletes. Nolan is an athlete. He had a D1 college football tryout coming up that following Monday. And then the school that he was at, their summer practice started the following Monday after that. So a lot of these guys, hey y'all, it's a squirrel. It's a squirrel.
Her dogs do that every time we start talking.
It's because I'm sitting by this window, and
I got you.
And they
My dog protects me against squirrels and the cartel of the Amazon delivery.
Yeah, so it's because I'm sitting by this window in the front door and they can see out the window. So they let me know everything that goes on in the neighborhood. So I've moved, so maybe that will keep them quiet for a little bit. So Nolan goes off to spend a night with his friend Jax, and then that morning they get up and they join some other friends to take Wyatt's boat to Horn Island, which is a like sandbar or a barrier island right off the coast of Mississippi. There is a video showing that there was some sort of altercation that happened on the shore of Horn Island regarding Nolan's phone, and that happened between about 4 and 4:30 p.m. After that, there is a boat that was parked next to Wyatt's boat, who said that when they were leaving Horn Island at 7:30, Wyatt's boat was still there. We then we see pictures from a new friend, his name is Evan, of like apparently these guys at sunset, they're on the boat and they're driving off into the sunset, and then there is a pool party. Sunset in Ocean Springs, Mississippi on July 4th happened at 8:09 p.m. So we know about 8:09 p.m., a little after 8, they're heading and they're going to Evan's house. Guys, these people, I hate that term, but this group of individuals, they have houses that have private boat docks. So they never went to the public boat dock. I think we need to be clear on that. These individuals lived on the coastline and they could essentially take their boats and travel around to each other's houses. So that is why we don't hear any information about seeing Nolan at a public boat dock, because this group of individuals is of the ilk where they have their own private boat dock ramp slips that are part of their house. And we know this by looking at some of Evan's pictures. In the background, you can see a dock. So they literally left Horn Island and went to Evan's house. And this is what we believed happened based off of the picture that we believe was taken on July 4th. The reason we believe the picture was July 4th is because Nolan is in the same color swim trunks. And in that picture, there is a guy who appears to be a little bit older than them. He has USA shaved into his chest hair. These pictures were posted on Instagram on July 5th, sort of at 3:30, and then it appears that Evan realized that he had a picture of Nolan at his house, and he deleted that picture from Instagram and did not realize that it had posted to Threads as well, and you have to edit both in their respective apps. We then know, based off of a conversation with a young woman who spoke on Janice's platform in one of her lives the Tuesday after the incident, that this group of friends sort of started engaging in some suspicious behavior. They deactivated their social media accounts, and they all lawyered up. They were seen publicly when the search was going on for Nolan, and when asked about it, they said hey, y'all think we did it anyway. Allegedly, this is what they said. Y'all think we did it anyway. So, like, what difference does it make? The timeline going forward at 11 p.m. on July 4th, Warren calls Mrs. Nolan's mom, and he says, hey, Nolan's missing. No one knows where he is. He met this girl named Katie at Horn Island, and he said he was going to catch a ride with her. And the thing is she's missing, and we don't know where she is. And we don't know her. We don't know where she is. He then apparently called the Coast Guard. The Coast Guard did not take any action on his call because there wasn't any reporting from the Jackson County, Mississippi Sheriff's Department. At this point, Mrs. Wansley, Nolan's mom, is concerned. She calls one of her friends and asks her friend's son, hey, have you seen Nolan? And they go to their Snapchat accounts and they say, well, it says he's here. She checks her Life 360 account and it says, well, no, I'm showing the location of him being on the mainland. But she decides she's going to call the sheriff's department and report it missing. The sheriff's department says, hey, this isn't our jurisdiction. You need to contact, it's MDM, or it's the Mississippi Department of Marine Resources and the Coast Guard. They said, hey, this isn't our jurisdiction. So she contacts the Ocean Springs Police Department, and they say this isn't our jurisdiction. It's, you need to contact the sheriffs. At that time, the sheriff's department calls her back and was like, hey, have you been able to post a report? And she's like, no. And so the sheriff's department is like, okay, well, we'll go ahead and take your report. They take her report, and then that makes it official. The Coast Guard, accepts it as a missing person at about 12:30 a.m. on July 5th. Nolan's dad does not have a boat, but at about 5 a.m., he gets a call from Nolan's football coach because he's seen all of this activity happening on social media. And he says, I have a boat. Let me take you out there. Let me take you out to Horn Island. Let's start looking. They searched the northwest tip of Horn Island. They drive around Horn Island in the boat, which Horn Island is about 2 miles wide and 10 to 12 miles long. They meet a group that has camped out on Horn Island overnight. So if Nolan was left behind for whatever reason, he more than likely would have connected with them. He would have seen them. They would have seen him. They said they hadn't seen him. At this time, Nolan and the coach come back to the mainland. It's sometime in the early afternoon. Miss Wansley sends her friend over to Warren's house to get Nolan's phone. They are shocked that they even know that, and when I say they, the people within Warren's house, his family, are shocked that people even know that his phone, Nolan's phone, is at their house. And at first they said they didn't have it, but once shown proof that the phone was pinging from there, they gave Mrs. Wansley's friend Nolan's phone. Also during this time, Mr. Wansley is at another friend's house, Jack's, who Nolan spent the night with, to get Nolan's car. Nolan's car is parked at his house. Mr. Wansley is there with two of Nolan's friends. And the reason that they knew that the car was there is because apparently a girl who had been at Jax's house saw the car. When they get to Jax's house, to ask for the keys, Jax says, and this is according to Mr. Wansley, hey, Nolan was like a close brother to me. We didn't want anything to happen to him. They're talking about him in the past tense. Mr. Wansley says, okay, I get that. Can you just give me the keys to his car? And then Jax is like, I don't know where the keys are. So he closes the door, and apparently someone within the house calls the police. The girl who had been at Jax's house calls and says, hey, the keys are on top of your Xbox. So Jax magically goes and finds these keys that are on top of his Xbox and gives it to Mr. Wansley. They get Nolan's car and they leave. During the day, this group of guys have gone to breakfast. People are looking frantically for Nolan, and these guys are at breakfast. They're kind of allegedly making these off-the-wall, sort of weird, talking about Nolan in the past contact texts. And they even allegedly they go to parties later that night. We also know that Wyatt's boat was at Warren's house, and that 4 people were allegedly, and I have to say allegedly for legal reasons, but 4 people were seen at about 3:30 a.m. cleaning Wyatt's boat at Warren's house. So this is all very suspicious. It's just weird. The Cajun Navy gets involved. They begin searching for Nolan. And then on Monday morning, they find Nolan's body on the northwest tip of Horn Island, the same area in which his dad and his coach searched for him. He was found in the water by the park ranger there. It's strange because this is Monday morning. With the tides and the current, it's more likely that he would have been found on a Sunday, not a Monday. So all of a sudden, the Jackson County Sheriff says, "Oh, nothing to see here. This looks like it is an accidental drowning." And everybody's like, whoa, wait a minute. No, this is weird. So that is how we get here. Attorney Ben Crump has got involved. We are waiting for the autopsy reports, more specifically the independent autopsy reports. And we are just trying to piece together the timeline of what happened to Nolan Wells.
Excellent. Excellent.
That was
Thank you
beautiful.
so
much.
much, Miss Shayla.
That was beautiful, Miss Shayla.
Yes. And Breezy?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me? She probably got her call. Can you hear me?
Yes. Can you?
Oh, okay.
Yes. Yes. Did you have a question?
I did, and
Or
I
you just
lost.
want to be
I
open?
did, and I lost it. Sorry, I have to watch. I was watching my 2 dogs out front, and just saw 2 random loose dogs. So sorry, I lost contact.
Okay.
What I was thinking.
You good. If it comes back, just jump in.
Did they? I've been at work all day doing overtime. Did they release the autopsy, or are they still waiting for Mississippi to release it before Crump releases their finding, just in case they try to flip it?
I think they playing chess, not checkers. And that's the smart thing to do. Because we were supposed to get it Friday. It's Tuesday.
I feel like they did something allegedly to him at that house, and they went and took him there. Because what do you need to clean off the boat for? And the loose ends was just the keys and the cell phone.
Yeah, if
Yeah.
if there wasn't the Life 360 app, no one would have known that that Nolan's phone was at Warren's house. They did not try to volunteer this. I wanted to reiterate the fact that we have tentative funeral plans, to me says that the autopsies are complete and the body has been returned to the family. So, like Janice said, Ben Crump and his people are playing chess, not checkers. I think they want to see what the state of Mississippi's medical examiner's report is before they reveal what theirs is.
Yeah, and that's the smart thing to do. So, hey, Miss Flowers, I'm going to apologize again for yesterday. But did you have any questions? Miss Flowers, can you hear me?
Oh yeah, I can hear you. I'm sorry, girl.
You're good. Did you have anything to add?
Nah, I'm just listening and I'm not. I apologize. My live got banned, so I got it right back.
Oh, I'm happy you got it back. I do want to reply to Miser in the chat. He's asking what day and time do you think they dropped the body? For me, I don't want to speculate because I want to make sure that we are giving facts. So I want to wait for that information to come out so that way we can piece together the timeline further. So we will wait on that. But I would say probably somewhere between July 4th and 5th. Go ahead, Miss Shayla.
I would say between July 5th and 6th. That is because no one saw anything the whole day of
You're
July
right.
5th.
You're right. I said July 4th. I meant July 5th. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
All these dates are running together.
Yeah. That's what I would say. I don't want to give a specific time, but the suggestion would be between the 5th and 6th.
Could I ask about this photo? I mean, because it looks like that's something they're looking at place him at. Is it something that was on? It said on an Instagram post and on a feed or what have you, and it said it was kind of deleted after the fact, right? Something of that nature.
Yeah.
Okay, because I mean that kind of evidence can be subpoenaed, and from there, and then once they figure out who posted it. At that point, you'd subpoena that person and say, okay, where's the original file at? And then again, you hopefully can get that file where it's encrypted, before they try to erase the encryption on those photos, right?
Right, Mr. Lancelot. That is our biggest complaint right now is that the Jackson County Sheriff is not taking enough actions. There should have been warrants, applications for warrants submitted by now for several different reasons. They could have bought these kids in for underage drinking, just to hold them so that, to see which one is the weakest link and would kind of spill it. They could have bought these kids in or gotten warrants to search Wyatt's boat, to search Jackson's house because Nolan spent the night there on July 3rd. That's where his keys were found. Warren's house because that's where Nolan's phone was found. The other issue we have is that Warren's stepmother is a judge. She's a county judge. Her name is Ashley.
You know her name. And I just wanted to add too, it's giving them more time to potentially destroy evidence. Why is there so much time being taken?
And that's the thing. Every time we find something and we're like, hey, this is something, it gives them a time to come up with a story. When the picture was posted, and I'm not even sharing the story of what someone posted underneath the picture, because Mrs. Wansley has said that she has not talked to this woman or girl. You know, even when it was posted, I was thinking the name sounded a little ethnic for that group of people. Um, but I do think that that I personally think that this is someone who has either heard the story and is repeating it secondhand, because you got to remember these are all kids and they see social media has clout and a way to get attention. That they're interjecting themselves in the story, even though parts of what they said is not true. The story itself may be true.
Yes. And we have Miser who came back up. So welcome back, Miser. You have been here 3 days in a row. We definitely appreciate you. Did you have a question or anything you wanted to add?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, now I can. I don't know what's going on with the sound. It's going in and out for everybody. But yes, go ahead, Miser. Welcome back.
Okay, good evening, everyone. Okay, so I've been having when I'm thinking about this, there's a couple questions that I'm trying to get an answer to. First, we know the dad and the coach went out and searched around 5 a.m., 6 a.m., July 5th, right? So we do know that they didn't find the body. So we're going to assume the body wasn't out there, okay? So my question is, someone saw them cleaning the boat. What day did they see them cleaning the boat in time? Because if Nolan, people call him No-No, if they had put his body back in that boat to take the boat back out there to place his body, then if they were cleaning a boat on early morning July 5th, right, then that would have been before the dad went out there and searched. That to me leads me to believe that they had already taken the body out there because they're already been seen cleaning the boat. Meaning if it was blood in the boat, that means they had already did something with the body with that boat if they were cleaning that boat. And that had to be the boat because otherwise they wouldn't have had no reason to be cleaning it. Okay. So my point here is I don't know what time they were saw cleaning the boat, which is very important. If they were saw cleaning the boat, let's say at 2 a.m., July 5th, which was Sunday, they're already cleaning the boat. To me, it leads me to believe they had already disposed of the body before the dad even searched out there. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
so my
but
question is,
Yes,
when was this boat cleaning happening? Because if you're cleaning it for a reason, meaning Nolan had been in that boat unalived or alive and bleeding. Okay.
So our close contact. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Miss Shayla.
So I'm sorry, Janice, I didn't mean to cut you off, but so they were seen at what we were told at 3:30 a.m. So that would have been the early morning of or late night of July 4th, July 5th. I don't think that they had, allegedly, if it was them, they would not have had a chance to take Nolan back to Horn Island until Monday morning, because at this point you have an official Coast Guard search. And you also have the Cajun Navy that is searching. They may have been putting water on Nolan's body to maybe keep the flies away. I don't know. These people, and I hate the term these people, this group of people have, we're focusing on Wyatt's boat, but we know that Warren has a boat as well. I intentionally left that out in my recap because that kind of muddies the water. But the reason that is brought up is because Warren's bio mom and his stepmom all of a sudden seemed to make Warren's vote the main character for no reason in social media posts. So it just doesn't make sense that they would have done it on July 5th. Also,
right, and that's my point. It just doesn't make sense to me that they would have done it at 3 or 4 a.m. Or somewhere the time before the dad went out and searched, because it's actually, like you're saying, the Coast Guard and everything is out there. But still, my question is, why were they cleaning the boat? It leads me to believe that they had not taken Nolan back out there, then they had Nolan out there in the boat, and wasn't probably necessarily cleaning it. Because now they've got him, the blood is dripping, things like that in the boat. And people may have thought that they were cleaning the boat, but like you're saying, they could have been putting ice on Nolan to keep the flies away. I'm in that area. That's what I'm kind of thinking, right? Allegedly.
Yes.
Allegedly, speculatively.
Yes, and my
I said that.
When you're talking about that other thing, you gotta say Kool-Aid.
Yes. Thank you, Jay. And Margaret, I just wanted to say too, I understand our close contact told us this from hearsay, but we also have to realize too, witnesses, they aren't always 100% reliable. So that's possible.
So
okay, and what is this? What is this Kool-Aid thing?
Because we can't say TikTok.
We have to use TikTok language. You can spell it out.
I know what it is.
Spell it out, or you can say red sticky stuff.
All right.
I know it's a different world. I have to catch myself as well. So yeah,
any new news, Janice, and you guys, and Shay, anything new has come out? Any new interviews? Anything like that has happened?
Yes, but we don't want to. I don't want to give credence to them.
Yes, so I will say this part because somebody also asked in the chat. So according to Fox 10 TV, Mississippi is in contact with the FBI. They didn't go into details whether or not the FBI has taken over the case. I know I'm seeing that a lot on TikTok, but I don't want to say that yet until I can see it in writing. We are very careful what we say.
Question, Janice.
Right, until you can see it in writing. But see, the way I feel about that,
will that stop Ashley with 2 E's? She won't be able to protect them if the FBI step in, right?
Right, because I believe she is a county judge or maybe a state judge. The reason, because I had to do a Google search of why the sheriff would get the FBI involved. Technically, this happened on a federal ground. Horn Island is protected, or the national park, it falls under the National Park Service. So that is one reason. There could be a conflict of interest. I mean, if she's a county judge and he's the county sheriff, you want to make sure that you are bringing in someone that is, just basically so that there's not a conflict of interest. And just because of all of the national, it's saying because of also all of the national attention that this has gotten, and that they are possibly having a hard time reconstructing the digital timeline from all of the various videos and photos and stuff like that. And the FBI has the resources to do that.
Yes, and I want to jump in really quickly, guys. Just really quickly. We have 119 in the chat. If we can keep the likes going. Also, I want to tell you guys, I'm not sure what's going on with my account, but people are not being told that I'm live. So just remember, if anything happens, we are live Monday through Friday, 4:30 Central Standard Time. Go ahead. I'm finished.
Okay, so for me, I don't really, if it's been handed over to the FBI, I don't really feel like at this point it's a lot of credence is going to come from them or something we can believe, and we all know why. Because our government at this point, when we're talking about on a federal level, every single department has been taken over by Trump and his buddies, okay?
We
Starting
can't
with the
say his
Cash
name.
Patels.
Miser, we can't say his
Can't say who
name.
name?
The president.
Oh,
Don't say
okay.
that. Yeah.
Of the president, okay?
No, we can't even say that. I messed up. Just call him something else.
Orange.
Yeah, it's something else.
Orange, all right. So, yeah, because if the FBI is getting involved, then at this moment, right now, they're going to act as if they're doing a lot, but they're not going to do much, right? Because when you look at it, we're talking about the orange and the orange peoples. All of the government, the federal government, are the orange people, right? And they all believe and have the same ideology as the people, not all people, but a lot of people in Mississippi, right? We know who Mississippi is. It's the good old boy, the KKK, if we can allow to say that.
We can't say that either. We can't say that word.
Okay. Of bad people, right? We're going to talk, just say bad people, right? It only can go but so far as the orange man wants it to go. And we all know when it comes to anyone like No and that color, not much going to be done at this point. So I don't feel good about, because they're plugging in, the FBI or whomever they're plugging in, SBI, for the state. I really don't think anything is going to come from there. And for those reasons, and we've seen it play out for almost 2 years now, right? So I personally think that with all the evidence that everyone, Ben, Crump collects and everyone else collects, I don't see really anything being done on the federal level, right? They're going to act it out, but nothing really being done until the administration changes. If not even the administration, Congress changes, meaning the legislature, the House and the Senate, okay? Until that happens, I personally, looking at how things has gone, and it's been going 100% that way, I just don't see that's going to happen. So that's another question I had. So then where else could it go? For me, federal would typically step in, and then you can get things done. And again, it depends on who's got the control. So then it comes back to actually, it's like a bump in the road at this point. And you got the federal government acting like they're doing something, but they're not. And then obviously you're talking about Mississippi, the state. They aren't going to do much at all anyway because of the good old boy system. I mean, that's kind of what I'm seeing. I hope, God, that this can be a breakthrough. And even with breakthroughs, when you have the good old boys and they have total control over state, Mississippi, and the federal, it's going to be hard right now. Just something to think about. That's just me and my opinion. And I don't think that we can really get these wheels turned the way we want to with a lot of acceleration until come November or after November. That's just what I see.
Yeah,
I mean, go ahead, Janice.
I think that was breezy.
Yeah, I think just the FBI period right now is just all in a nutshell. I'm in Arizona, so I saw how exactly they even handled the what's that old white lady that got fakely
The
kidnapped?
Nancy
Yeah, like
Guthrie.
yeah, I've seen how they even handle that out here, and so I just think them just going out there is just to save face, just how they came out here in Arizona, just to save face. And when stuff is not even done right, once again, how they did out here, they blame the local sheriff department, and they're going to do the same thing to that department out there. They're going to blame them as well, saying, well, we was just here, just in the background. They still have control. And I think that's what they're even going to say. Well, they still have control. And the only way her case even got pushed, even though her daughter is quote unquote supposedly famous, is because of everyone in social media.
Yeah.
So in order for his case to get pushed is unfortunately social media. And I think that's how it will be going further from now on. It will just have to be social media has been pushing a lot of cases. And I've noticed within the past couple of months, I'm like, Jesus, there's been a lot of black kids dying recently in a couple of months. What's going on? Then I sat and realized growing up, there wasn't really a lot of news, and we didn't have social media growing up to where there wasn't a lot of news of them posting the black kids. But now with social media, we're seeing more of it. Even though we know there's more of us dying than it's shown to America, now they're showing more of it. And I think that's just because social media and us, it just has to get pushed.
Yeah, we have to keep talking about it. And the crazy part is it's so many cases. One person cannot do it all. It's going to take all of us.
This is the perfect example of how of why political power is so important, why your vote does matter and your down ballot vote does matter, because I think that, I hate to say it this way, Nolan is the right case to sort of call into question the state of Mississippi and how they are covering up stuff, and other things are going on. There was a drowning here in the Dallas Fort Worth area that I've been kind of paying attention to as well. The difference is Dallas is the city of Dallas is Democratic. So Nolan's case, going back to my point, Nolan's case is the perfect case to call into question some of these suspicious passings, especially in the state of Mississippi. However, it is happening at the worst possible time politically because of who has been elected and is in key positions.
Yeah.
That's on federal, state, and local.
Yeah. And we do have a couple of people asking to come up. If you don't have a profile photo, or if you aren't categorized as a fan, I can't bring you up. It's just so much going on. We have to be careful to make sure that we can have conversations like this daily. I am going to bring up Deb Cakes. I see that she has been a supporter.
Deb, can you hear us? Do you have a question?
It's spinning. There she is. Deb, can you hear us?
I can. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. How are you?
I'm good. How are you, hon?
Good. Thanks for asking.
I was really trying to tap the heart to like the live, and I accidentally hit the join live.
Okay. That's
Because
fine.
I'm still learning about about what's going on. So that's why I'm listening and taking in all this information. I don't want to speak on anything I'm not 100% about, but it's really sad.
Yes, it definitely is sad, and we definitely appreciate you just listening. So I'll go ahead and drop you back down. Thank you again.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay, and if anyone else wants to request up and you have a profile photo, you can definitely go ahead and request it. I see user 754 saying if Rodney King wasn't filmed, people wouldn't know. However, the enemy is trolling all lives. Also, Breezy is asking you, Miss Shayla, did you come across the recording of the young woman talking about what possibly happened?
Yes, and we have. I'm happy, Breezy, to talk to you about it in the back channel, but we have decided not to give credence to that at this time. Just because it can't be verified. What I will say is I do think it's interesting that she gave a time frame for what time they headed out to Horn Island, because for me that has always been a gap in the story. What time did these young boys get up and head out to Horn Island?
Yes, and again, too, we see everything you guys see. We just want to be careful just to make sure everything that we say is as factual as possible. So thank
Can
you.
I just say something? I don't know who's all parents on here or in the panel. Well, I know who the parents on the panel, but I just want to tell parents, like, really look, white, black, especially black, everybody, really look at how stuff is going on. These people, kids will hurt your kids and they will protect and cover their kids for doing something wrong. Be mindful, have those hard conversations. Who cares if that's been your friend forever? If the answer is no, the answer is no. Like, please speak and protect your children, because it's not that serious for a good time. And their parents are literally helping them cover this stuff up. You never know somebody until they really show you who they are. Like, y'all just please protect y'all kids. Like, this shit is getting out of hand for real, especially with the black kids.
And, you know, as someone who grew up in the suburbs of Dallas, you know, first of all, it goes back to, you know, them being in nursery school or kindergarten. If a kid hits you, yes, you can hit them back. I'm sorry, that's a rule. That's a black rule. They need to learn boundaries at that age. That's one thing. But also, if you are in a situation with your predominantly unmelanated friends, if they start making jokes that are stereotypical or putting down other BLK people, but they consider you one of the good ones, that is problematic, and you need to distance yourself immediately.
Yes, it's a backhand compliment. Don't go for that.
Yeah, we need to start teaching our kids that none of us are the good ones. We are only the good ones until we make them uncomfortable or we start holding them accountable for something.
Yes, and I want to shout out Sassy Sag 13. She said, please get Life 360 if you don't have it already. Yes, definitely get that. We have to do everything we need to protect ourselves at this point.
Yeah. It's just like, that's an insult. You the good one. You not like the rest. If there were more like you, bro, that is an insult. Like, and you shouldn't want to be nobody's token, because like Miss Shayla say, they always get spent. So
Tokens get spent, y'all.
I think it's also within other race groups also. Unfortunately, I'm from Sacramento, California. I don't know if people know where that is. That's Northern California. I live 5 miles from we can't say their names. Call them the White Cloaks. White Cloaks, one of their major northern headquarters. So I was raised not to go in that area. We were raised, if you have to drive through that area, keep your head on a swivel. You see somebody outside, run them over. Don't stop. Now and I was blessed to go to one of the oldest schools, and it was just 90% black, and the rest was, I said 80% black, the rest was Asians or Hispanics. We probably only had 2 white kids at school. But now as a parent, I moved to Arizona, me thinking, oh, it's the West Coast. It's going to be the same. It's the West Coast. It has been a culture shock for me that my child...
cousin, I'm sorry, my cousin's in the chat. Hen is my cousin, y'all.
Oh, hey, cousin.
Hey, cousin. That it's going to be hard to try to not have my child be so prejudiced towards another group, because she's Puerto Rican, she black, her dad's Puerto Rican. But out here, they're very racist to each other. Like, I'm learning just off of talking to neighbors who are Mexican, and hearing her friends talk. It's very problematic out here where we at in Arizona. So as a parent, it's been really hard for me to navigate, because not...
Is it me or did she go out?
She went out.
I will say, just to follow up on her thought, I lived in New York for 5 years. I think a lot of us Southern Black people, we have this idea that if we move to the north, it is going to be the racial
Who are a little
tensions
darker skin in there.
are going to be less, and it's not. It's just different. It's maybe not as blatant, but there are still, racial tensions. And they are, unfortunately, there are groups of people who have immigrated here that they have been told the lie and sold the story that about who Black people are and the stereotype of what Black people are. And they have bought into the idea of YT proximity. They want that proximity to the YT people. So they start acting as if they are such, when in reality, the only reason you are over here in this country is because of the 1968 immigration bill that was pushed by the civil rights movement. But I digress.
Nah, keep it going. You were right.
They're only over here because of that. Literally.
You're definitely right about that.
The Martin Luther King pushed this, opened up immigration to Black and brown countries because he saw them as being, if we didn't do that, we would still be living in a country in which it would be over 70% YT. And he thought that opening up the immigration would, give us strength in numbers. And unfortunately, they have forgotten how they have gotten over here and the people who have laid the groundwork. And I don't say that, I have friends of all types of ethnicities and cultures, but that is just the truth of it. Some of y'all done forgotten.
So y'all, let's talk for real. So I was up late last night thinking about Jay and what she said, that we have gotten too comfortable. And Jay, you are right. We have. We just have taken everything and just dealt with it. Now it's time for us to speak up. We can't be quiet no more, y'all. They keep taking us out, and we are simply minding our business. We can't go for it no more, y'all. Now, I'm not saying do anything illegal or go busting like Jay and Tria would, but we can't be quiet anymore, y'all. It's the time of playing games is over. Go ahead, Breezy.
The problem with that is we can definitely now all the marching and all the signs and shit. That's not that. Like we passed that, and definitely not saying nobody to do nothing illegal.
Those marches are.
But what I am saying is, like, as people like us, like Black people, it is once we get real with ourselves, it is some Black folks that don't understand, or it's not all of them. Leave their ass behind. With these YT people, bro, it ain't no fucking playing. It ain't no you not like that. You my friend. We grew up. No, nigga, it is what the fuck it is, bro. This shit is happening. And y'all not saying nothing about it. Y'all not using y'all privilege to speak up, do none of that shit y'all think we should do. So what the fuck is we doing it for? We just need to get real serious about some shit. And our Black men need to stand the fuck up, bro. Stop getting on live talking about our fucking wigs. And y'all like us natural.
What I will say, as a proud member of the 92%, we do see what is happening, especially when it comes to ICE and the two unalivings that has happened because of the ICE stops. But we did not vote for this.
No shade, that is not our business.
We are right now, we are concentrating our energies on things that affect our community directly, because y'all have shown that y'all don't really want to be allies. So for me, at least, I am giving my attentions to things like Carmelo Anthony, which, by the way, they're starting to release the court transcripts from his case. As soon as we get them, we will bring that information to you. things like Nolan Wells, Janae.
Tone. Don't forget about Tone. Yes.
Yeah, Tone. We don't talk about Tone. All of these mysterious unalivings. Black people, I'm sorry, we do not make ourselves strange fruit. We do not do that. That's not to say that we don't have our own epidemic within the community in which we need to start seriously addressing mental health. But that's not one of the ways we do it. That's not one of the ways we do it. So these are issues that are concerning us. Our civil rights movement in the modern age is looking a lot different. We don't have to get out and march. Marching is nice. Make sure it's a legitimate march. I'm not gonna lie, the No King stuff, that was for show.
He said marching is nice.
That was for them.
Yeah,
That's cute.
that was
Y'all.
something,
Y'all,
y'all.
that's
I
cute.
called
That's
it a
cute.
parade.
Yeah, that was for them to fake act like they with us. That was for was for the other people.
Our stuff is looking
No,
different.
seriously.
For me, it's things like FOIA requests, learning these laws and how they apply so that we can get justice for things that are going on in our community. It is things like, taking things like jury duty seriously, taking,
Self-defense classes and shit like that.
yeah,
We do got the jury duty
or
badge.
even going to
the range.
public trials and being a courtroom observer in public trials. We have known long before the transcripts were coming out that they were running amok. They were railroading Carmelo Anthony. And we knew that from the people who went to be courtroom observers and reported back on that. So for us, I just think our civil rights movement at this time looks a lot different than it did in the 60s. And rightfully so, we have different technology. Look at us. We're coming together all across the country to talk about this issue.
And I want to add to that. This is kind of off topic, but on topic. I just want to say it sucks to see Secret Sam on TikTok being one of the few YT people speaking up about cases like this. Where is everybody else? But to me, that proves they don't care.
I know there's the other gentleman who was going hard on the Camelo case. I forgot.
Public Enemy. Sameen, I think that's how you pronounce your name. We're not asking you to apologize for your ethnicity, or your race.
Hold on, Miss Shayla. Can I say something? That comment that person just left, take that back to your community. This is what the fuck they're doing. That has nothing to do with us.
Very backhanded.
Yeah, like if y'all got work to do, and that's not to be in our comment section. I'm sorry, it's not. Like, y'all need to be, if you don't have racism in your heart, that's great, but you need to have this conversation with your mama, your papa, your uncle, cousins, your sister, brother, mothers, all of that. You need to be having this because see, y'all sit around at the table and y'all espouse racist ideology and YT supremacy. And those of you who do not speak up. And that is problematic.
And I ain't gonna say y'all blame for all that's going on in the world, but like, come on, if you want to be for real, look at y'all track record. Look at it. And that's why I say that's not our business. You take that to your community, and that be my problem. Y'all, that privilege y'all use, y'all get over here to tell us who y'all not. We don't give a damn who y'all are, who y'all not. Take that back to your folks, bro. Y'all not having the conversations that we having. We're not taking y'all kids and unaliving them and shit. So I don't care about that. I don't feel superior. You shouldn't. Shit, you shouldn't. You ain't God. You ain't Jesus. You should not. Especially not over a person. This is what you take back to your community because their doings have brought you here. Period, point blank. That shit ain't got shit to do with us. And I ain't trying to be rude. I ain't trying to be mean. But that has nothing to do with us at all.
We
Take
are
that back to them.
open. We are open to being multicultural, but sometimes you have to not center yourselves and just be an observer of our conversations. Your comment is you centering yourself, and that seems to be a problem with the YT.
And the victim shit don't care about it at all. So all that track record, I would never unalive. Bro, tell your folks that. You think anybody on this panel will unalive somebody outside of self-defense if we had to? Tell your folks that. That shit ain't got shit to do with us.
Manny, so hold on 1 second. So Manny, we have been nothing but respectful. We are just expressing our opinions. It's a way that you do things, and your comments, they are coming across very insensitive. So if you want to come up and have a discussion, you can definitely do that.
No, and we didn't say take accountability for the whole race, but you coming over here telling us what y'all not doing, but it's y'all clearly doing it. So you need to go tell that to the people that we talking about instead of coming over here.
So Manny, would you like to come up?
And just so you know, to say, look at our track record, 98% of Black people have not committed a crime. So
I don't think you're trying to be disrespectful. I just have no fucking tolerance for the victim. I'm not like that. It's not me. I don't give a fuck or a damn. As a collective, y'all run and do shit. But I don't see people like you, since you know you're that one person that's not. Use your privilege to handle that shit. We shouldn't have to do nothing. Don't come over here with that victim. I'm gonna mute myself. That shit's stupid.
I still don't understand
you should be over here trying to learn so that you can go back and take your non-biased thoughts and feelings and lack of superiority or whatever you said back to your people and do your outreach. You centering yourself in our comment section is problematic. And this again is when we call y'all out on things, and I know not all, but that's the best word to use at this time. When we call y'all out on things like this, you have centered yourselves, and then when we address you, you start playing victim. And then the next step in that is you like to try to point out our track record.
So, maybe
start a movement.
I want to say this. Oh, you're already saying it, Jay. I was about to tell him what he could do.
You want to know what you can do? Start a movement. Round up Meemaw, Papa, all them, whoever the fuck over there. Start a movement.
And
take your ass to Mississippi. Take your ass to Mississippi and get some answers. You have privilege. You don't need permission. Go get the shit. Take your ass to where Carmelo is and start demanding some shit. You got privilege. Use it.
Exactly. Y'all the same.
What you talking about? The fuck can you do?
See, and this is a perfect example. Daddy MF saying Carmelo is the reason Nolan is gone. Stuff like that.
Okay.
And that has nothing to do with it. This is not an eye for an eye. Because if we want to start pulling up counts, then the guy who died, and I'm sorry, his name has slipped my mind. The guy who was found at the music festival in Michigan, the Electric Music Festival in Michigan, what was his eye for the eye? Who were y'all getting back for him? The young lady who was also found in Mississippi, around the corner from her church, who would she get back for?
But did y'all see the little black girl that was unalived on July the 1st by her babysitters that were white? They were her babysitters. They took her out on a fucking boat at 10 o'clock at night and lost her. Get the fuck out of here. What are you talking about?
So Sam, it's bigger than your community. You have to do more than your community.
Come on the panel. Like, come up here.
You got so much to say. Come up here. Y'all the same people that beat up someone, poked them, put newspaper in him, and said he fell in the mat.
She said the autopsy is released?
Hold on.
Are you asking or like informing?
I think she said it's released.
Yeah.
And it's foul play. That's what you said?
Yeah, that's what she said.
Let me get back to my computer to do a quick search to see if I can locate it.
I'm
And by
looking
all
at
means, I ain't trying to be rude or trying to be mean, but it's like we don't have all that coddling y'all, holding y'all hand, and we no, fuck all of that. It ain't none of that shit. Use your privilege. Go demand shit. Go take shit. Go do what the fuck it is that your kind does. Do that.
I
And I'm
don't
glad you do your part. You raise your kids right, just like every fucking body else on this panel, like Carmelo mama, like Nolan mama, like Tone mama, everybody. So you're not fucking different, bro. You're not. You just have privilege. That's it.
so Miss Shayla, I'm not sure. I don't see anything. You may be referring to the one that came out yesterday that we determined to be false. We always go on sources. I don't see anything about that, guys. It's so important to not just repeat information that you see. You have to check the sources because people are, in fact, just putting out stuff for clicks and views. This is why we provide sources for everything that we say.
Even if you think it has come from Nolan's mother, be super careful because they are now using AI video of her to say certain things. And it's not her. Okay, so NBC News says false claims and speculations fill an uninformed void around Nolan Wells' death. I'm not seeing anything that says that the independent autopsy has come out. I think we'll know when it comes out because we will more than likely see an announcement on Ben Crump's social media platforms. He will probably give us the heads up on, they'll probably do a press conference and he will give us a heads up.
Cassandra, I'm sorry. Yes, Cassandra, it was supposed to be last Friday. That's why we are still waiting. It hasn't been released as of yet. And when it is released, it will be everywhere. It won't be any question whether or not it was released.
I will say, with the tentative date being set for Nolan's homegoing service as being the 20th, which is Monday, that would suggest to me that the Nolan has been turned back over to his family for them to make those preparations. So they may, be waiting until after his homegoing service to announce it, just so that he can, just to show that type of respect for him.
Yes, and I also wanted to add too, so I want you guys to remember as well, a full autopsy usually takes between 6 to 8 weeks. So maybe they are waiting for everything to come back versus just the preliminary information. But yes, we are still waiting.
And trust me, I think we all have, most of us on this panel may have a Google alert set to let us know when that comes out. Again, we have really, I wish sometimes y'all could see some of the behind the scenes stuff and just us talking and going over everything before we present it. We don't want to just present things because they are salacious. We are still looking at it in the context of, if they are playing defense and they are trying to use the mainstream media to create reasonable doubt, then we are on the offense and we are using our platforms to identify the mens rea, which if you were here yesterday, I explained it to you, the criminal mind, the criminal thought behind it, and the actus rea, which is the actual criminal actions. So let's try to keep that within those contexts of everything that's going on. We try to keep things within that context so that we can be more in line with what will happen, hopefully, legally has things come down the line.
Yes, and also you guys just remember before I bring North Side up, the more the other side talks, the better, because that information can be correlated. So keep that in mind too. I'm going to go ahead and bring up North Side. He was here on yesterday asking great questions. North Side, are you able to hear me? It's spinning, y'all. He'll come up soon, hopefully. Okay, I'm gonna drop North Side. I don't know what's happening, but go ahead, y'all. I'm sorry.
I definitely feel like that too, Breezy, because if they got the corner down there on their side, and the way she wrapped other shit up, that was so quick. What's taking so long with Nolan's?
I think we have them by their tiny hairs, if you know what I mean. Like, they were not expecting this. One of the things Nolan's parents did not get to identify his body. They would not allow them to see his body. They identified him through dental records, which means several things. Allegedly, possibly, all of that stuff. There was such severe trauma to the body that they did not want his parents to see that. And that doesn't come from just being in the water. And that there was, the advanced stages of decomposition, which, if a body is being hidden before it can be allegedly placed in the correct place, then you would start to see some stuff going on there, especially in the Mississippi heat and humidity.
Coach Miss Shayla, he's asking. Sam is asking for a source, and I also want to say, because Miser said something earlier. If that's the case, that means the BODY was not preserved. If it was that advanced.
The source, Sam, it's been widely reported. If you even go back to Don Lemon's 5 o'clock show on Monday, where he had the Monday the 7th, right, or Monday the 6th, when he had the head of the Cajun Navy on. They announced it then, and it was said then that his family was not allowed to see the body, that they had to verify it through dental records.
Yes, and then keep in mind too, if for some reason, if we don't say a source, we can always use Google. It's going to pop up.
Miss Shayla, can I ask you
Yes.
something? He wasn't out there long enough for the water to like mess his body up, though, right? Not where he's unrecognizable.
Exactly. Exactly. That would suggest severe blunt force trauma, which is in line with the story that the girl who, like I said, her name, I think someone created an alter ego or an alias to start sharing that story. But if you remember, what was posted along with the picture was a story that a group of guys allegedly jumped Nolan at Evan's house, and that Warren was there allegedly recording it all. They were inflicting pain allegedly. He was calling for his mom. It got so loud at one point that allegedly Evan's mom, who was allegedly intoxicated, came out of the house around 1 a.m. and started yelling at them for being too loud and told them that they all had to leave. At that time, most everyone left, allegedly, but Nolan was still there, and he was leaned up or kind of draped over the basketball hoop that is on the side of the pool.
Yes, so we have to say allegedly. And Miss Shayla, I want to, if I can cut you off just right here and then I'll let you finish. I want to bring up something that you said on another live that we had. You said that the pool looked to be chlorine. So I just was curious about what chlorine could do to a body. It's saying chlorine causes rapid tissue degradation, severe chemical burns, and cellular breakdown. This is from Medline Plus. So my thoughts about, his body, I don't want to put it out there because I don't have facts, but that's very interesting, putting that together.
Yeah. So this is all us speculating at this point. Allegedly, all of the things. We are not accusing anyone. We are speculating on what could have happened.
Also, it's saying it oxidizes organic matter, aggressively stripping away skin and muscle tissue, and destroys DNA.
Chlorine?
Yes.
Yes, that's why when you go swimming, you need to wash your hair that day. Like, don't be walking around with chlorine in your hair. And I, had someone who went to school in the suburbs, there are some YT people who do not wash after being in a chlorine pool, and their hair starts to turn green.
His mom was on another interview, and the guy that was like, the new guy that came out was like, he's Nolan's best friend. The one that claims to be the one yelling in the audio, she said she's never met him before. They don't know him.
One of the ones.
I posted that. But even then, again, this is what I'm saying. Mainstream media isn't just doing the basics. Please show us a picture of you with Nolan on July 4th at Horn Island. For you and Javion and Travion and all of the Aeons. Please show us.
Mavion, Kavion,
whoever else y'all want to try to trot out to create reasonable doubt. And y'all, isn't it funny that it's always these biracials that they like to trot out in front of us and say, see, here's another black person. Show us a picture. You have yet to show me. Before you allegedly, supposedly got in this fight, there had to have been good times going on July 4th. There had to have been good times. So show me that picture of you having a good time with Nolan July 4th on Horns Island, and then maybe I will consider your story. And I forgot to tell y'all, they deleted both of his Snapchat accounts. So when y'all are hearing reporting of, messages were deleted, they deleted his Snapchat accounts. And he was very active on Snapchat, according to his mom.
Yes, and I want to respond to someone in the chat asking whose account it was. I don't want to say it on here, but if you Google it, the username is everywhere. I even have it on my page if you want to look. I just don't want to put it in the chat. I just want y'all to realize we don't just pull stuff out of nowhere. Thank you, Shirley, for the follow. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Y'all, we are literally, for some reason, they tell me not to start scrolling, but I will wake up in the middle of the night and I'm supposed to not be scrolling. I'm supposed to try to lay there and go back to sleep, but I don't. So I see a lot of this stuff that comes out before some of y'all have even gone to bed or woken up for the next day. And we have stuff going on in the chat. We will message each other all day long. We will call each other all day long. Like, we are very thoughtful in what we are presenting. It hurt my feeling to hear one of my favorite podcasters disagree with us. And this is someone who is on YouTube. It's not the other person. But I have to stand by everything that we have researched and thought about. They said, there was no way that picture could be from July 4th. And what I'm saying is you need to prove to me it's not July 4th because we have everything showing that it is.
So Rita, just because Snapchat is deleted to the public, Snapchat has headquarters where everything is stored. Nothing is never deleted.
Just like
I rolled my eyes so bad at her comment. Oh my God. I said, Lord help the people.
Just like if allegedly there was a video taken by allegedly Warren or allegedly any of the other people there of allegedly them jumping and beating Nolan, they can delete it all they want to. This is why we want subpoenas, because it's saved in the cloud and there ain't nothing you can do about that.
I'm not gonna lie.
Yes, Kiki, they will definitely find what was recovered. Thank you, Breezy. Oh, hey, walking with me. I think that's your username. I see your picture. You haven't been here in a couple days. I gotta hurry up and bring. Oh, you didn't request up, but good to see you. Yes. Speaking of the comment that we just had with Rita, all we have to do is Google, y'all. It's not that hard.
Y'all stay coming for me in the comments, bro. I be chilling. I don't even be saying too much. Y'all in the comments saying stupid shit. So when I reply to it, y'all get mad as hell. What the fuck is y'all talking about?
Yes, and for anybody else in the channel or in the back, no disrespect will be tolerated here. You will immediately get blocked. Thank you, Melissa, for joining and following. Appreciate you.
Fast that blocking, so do it.
They started to irritate me. They did not see how many people coming for me, gang. What the fuck wrong with y'all? And I'm not even saying shit for real.
And then, honestly, on the cool YT people, if they didn't do nothing, do you think they would be working this fucking hard to throw people off their trail, to cover up shit with Carmella? Like, come on, be for real. I mean, whatever size brain y'all fucking have, use a piece of it. I mean, that might be the whole thing, but use a piece of it. Damn.
I think that is what is shocking to them, that we actually have common sense and we know that this isn't right. We know that the sheriff in this case made a misstep the moment he told us that this was an accidental drowning, and that was before any autopsy had been done. But right after he had told his Nolan's parents that they could not see the body and that they would identify it through dental records.
Yes, and y'all, we have Brown Skin 06 who just came up.
Hello.
Hi.
Do you have a question for us or a comment?
I'm sorry, I can't take any chances.
Damn, she left.
No, that was me. I didn't want to take any chances.
What the hell?
I felt it in my soul. I was like, nope.
I felt it
cannot.
too. I was like, her contacts blue. Take them off. No, but piggyback to what Shayla was saying, I think they're so used to more in that region of in the past of we just being quiet. Just shut up. We just gotta be quiet and go about our day. We can't question nothing so we can survive. I think they're so used to that they're so shocked in that region, like, oh, they fight back. They're asking questions. They're making noise. I don't think they're used to that.
And it's no disrespect, but we are not the ancestors, okay? We we not that. Like, I don't know. Ugh. I
So
be wanting to
But
check
infinite
they
my
are
possibility.
ancestors' wildest dreams,
There you
meaning
go. There you
they
go.
they they want us to be what we are now. Whether however you choose to get down, as long as it's legal, that's what they want for us. If you like to march, please march with a cause. Get out there and march. If you want to spread the news on social media and do research, spread the news on social media
Yes.
and do research. Thank you for the gifts.
Yes.
Thank
Thank you
you.
guys.
Thank
We
you so much. We
appreciate it. Oh
appreciate
my God. We appreciate that.
it.
I did want to respond to infinite possibilities. So for that pool pick, we believe it is the fourth, and that's our opinion. However, we can't conclude or rule it out. So we are still waiting for concrete evidence of the proof of the date of that pool pick.
But what I will say is that Ben Crump still has it up on his Instagram account.
Yes.
Yes, I saw that too. So
And his mama said he made it back to land, but allegedly, kinda, I guess.
Yeah, I can't wait till we're a little bit further along, because what I really want to see is all of the places that that phone went. I want
yes,
the
that's what I keep saying. I want to
Life
see that.
360 records. I do.
Yes. Yes, same. I want to see those records where his phone pinged compared to where all the other kids' phone pinged as well.
And I'm ready for the autopsy, y'all, but I ain't gonna lie, like I'm just kind of not ready for that shit because that shit is ridiculous. That shit really is really sad. That shit is fucked up. I want to see it. I'm ready, but I'm not,
Yeah.
honestly.
Especially like the diagram where it shows what's happening.
Yeah, I'm not ready
I
for that.
mean, we're sleuths and we're true crime people, so there is that aspect of it that is kind of exciting for us, and I don't mean that in a disrespectful way, but in another, we are we empathize, we empathize with our people. We empathize with Nolan and his family. And we wish we wouldn't have to wait for an autopsy report.
Question,
We
Shayla,
want
did they ever state how old the boys are compared to Nolan? Because during Javion's weird interview, whatever you want to call that mess, kept saying how they're older than them, but he never mentioned
so
the age.
Javion and Travion, I believe that they are younger. They're still maybe a year or two younger than Nolan is. That's why I'm saying Nolan is
Okay.
not your best friend, because y'all aren't even peers. Like, you know what I mean? Y'all aren't peers.
And just off the way his mom talked, because I caught a quick glimpse randomly a quick glimpse of a live, and I was like, "Who is that?" Was just talking crazy to this man, and coming to find out, I think it was Javion's mom, and I was just like, "Oh, I don't think you was his friend." She was just so defensive, and it was just like, I see what side she on. I see it just wasn't good. I don't know if she's just ignorant,
She
no
didn't have to
education.
be
I don't know.
she didn't have to be defensive, because your boy didn't have to jump out there to begin with.
Exactly.
Nobody knew who Javion or Travion was.
Exactly.
TMC and ABC did not go looking for them. they clearly went looking for TMZ, ABC, and
Correct.
Rolling Stone.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
So what are you defensive at? They didn't have to jump out there.
Davion gives clout chasers, so nigga, you definitely have pictures from that day.
Like, yeah, I
Not if
feel
he
like
wasn't
if
there.
you act, I feel well,
Exactly.
he doesn't have them if he wasn't there.
Yeah.
And I feel like if you're right, he gives clout chasing. So he would have been one of the first ones to post them. Talk about I can't believe and RIP. Nolan was not hanging out with y'all. He might have stopped and took a picture with you. Because like his mom said, he never didn't know a friend. But I don't think y'all were besties. Sorry, don't.
I don't think so either. I think assuming the judge was like, we got to get somebody out there. We got to get somebody out there who look black to do an interview, to fake like they was Javion's friend and say he was on a boat. Because he ain't even showed no video of him being out at the island. You didn't show a video. You ain't showed a picture. You partying on the island. Everybody got their phone out. Everybody partying.
Don't y'all find it weird that no YT people have been interviewed? It's just all the BLK kids.
It's like a YT person is orchestrating this. Well, the BLK people are upset, so we got to get some BLK people out there to corroborate and to make it look like, like the YT people are good around here, that they aren't.
Supposedly there is an interview, but it hasn't been. There's a recording, but the recording sounds so fake, and so the recording just seems very orchestrated to look a certain way, and it's a girl, but it doesn't state. I think who it was.
My opinion is, and I said I wasn't really going to mention
Yes,
this.
we did say it, but I mean, it's on the table. So all of this is alleged at this
I
point.
think they were practicing their alibi. I think if they didn't realize that the Black community was so upset, that the first people that they would have trotted out with the tears is a YT girl to try to sell the story.
That little fake cry at the end. I said, "Girl."
And so I personally think that they were practicing.
These people think that we're not his friends.
So at the same time, they recording everything, but not recording everything. Make it make sense. Are you recording or are we not recording?
Right. And it's so
They're
weird.
giving directions in that video. Well, we can only send a 1 minute audio message
through
on
TikTok. I heard her say that. I was like, wait a minute.
And then, they're like, someone's in the background and it seems like they're trying to cover up their laughter by coughing. Then there's the weird cat meowing at the end. Like, it's all of those things.
Yeah, it seems so orchestrated, so fake, and just so. I was like, wait, what is this? And who put this out here?
What I will say, and Janice and I talked about it, she gave me a time frame reference. I have been wondering what time they had gotten up to go out to the island. And I was like, I don't think 10:30 sounds kind of early for like boys who probably spent the night and were playing Xbox the whole night. And Janice said, it's 4th of July. They had to get out there early. And I was like, you know what? You're right, because it was crowded out there that day. When you look at the pictures, it's crowded.
Yeah, one of us will one of us, at least by 11, one of us will try to get a spot on the water.
Yes,
by
you
11.
need your spot.
Yeah, one of us will try to get a spot. I can say, I don't know if people are familiar with Sacramento River, any of that, but I can say one of us will try to get a spot by 11, though. But we're leaving, though. We're leaving. We're not staying.
Yeah.
Not everybody
we're
going.
Black people. We're Black people. We will
not everybody is
in
going.
advance And then we right around the corner.
Yeah, not everybody is going. Only one person or two max is doing that with that person. Not everybody ain't getting on and do it. I know, because we still got to get a beer trip, the liquor trip, the snack. You know, we are snacks. We need the snack trip.
And the Coca-Cola allegedly.
And if you think about it, honestly,
We
it's a
don't do
lose-lose for
Coca-Cola,
them.
but they do Coca-Cola.
Yeah, I'm talking about them, not me. I don't do that.
Which explains, now that you brought up the Coca-Cola, the guy in the pool picture who has the USA shaved into his chest, he looks older than them kids.
I was thinking he the one that supply when I saw the picture.
I was like, that's the plug right there.
Allegedly.
Yes, real quick.
But honestly, it's a lose-lose, because even if they come up with a story, and if Nolan's autopsy come back that his body was all beat and everything, they're either not going to be able to explain that, or they're going to tell us what happened. It's a lose-lose.
But also, going back to the chlorine that I said earlier, it's saying it destroys DNA and it hinders forensic investigations. So what
but if he drowned, it shouldn't be that anyways, right?
Exactly.
But also, it would tell us that he was at the pool party.
Yeah, then you will find chlorine on the body.
If he comes back with traces of chlorine on his body, it will tell us that he was at the pool party.
Yep, he made it back.
And that will prove the photo was real. We're going to find out one way or another.
And then on the cool, all you got to do is take a screenshot of the photo and put it through ChatGTP, and it'll tell you if it's been fixed or not.
No, it hadn't been.
I tried.
Yeah, no, it hadn't been. That in that picture, and guys, if y'all want to know what we're talking about, I have a video posted on my page. I posted it on Sunday afternoon after we went live.
Yeah, X or TikTok, so they can go to it.
I have it on both.
Okay.
But I do have it over here on X. I posted it early in the morning. It was like it was around 10 a.m. It was one of I always start off a post with on this good, whatever day it is.
And so, I love it.
I'm playing with the algorithm.
Yes, I know.
Yeah. So it's over there on X for those who are on X and follow. And then I posted it on TikTok, but it would have been in the afternoon. And I don't post a lot on TikTok, so it's not going to be hard to find.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we got about 30 minutes.
So let me ask y'all something, and this is a serious question. It's going to sound dumb as hell, but it's dumb, all this shit that's going on. So Nolan, speaking hypothetically, Nolan's autopsy come back is proof that they did what they did. Do y'all think they're gonna get the time they deserve for real?
Nope.
Oh, that's
y'all think they're gonna get any time?
I think we have to, guys. One of the things that I regret about Carmelo's case is that I was not getting involved. I mean, it was odd. I wasn't getting up at 4 a.m. in the morning to drive 45 minutes away to possibly maybe get in the court. But I wish I would have followed all of the legal motions and stuff going on in that case. And I do now. But I think when it comes to Nolan, we are going to have to see this all the way through. That means we are going to have to continue, after the autopsy, if it comes back the way we are expecting, we are going to have to keep, making noise, demanding, arrests. Then after there are the arrests and charges, we are going to have to keep track of the court docket to see how this is moving through the court, what motions were filed, what motions aren't being filed. We are going to have to see this all the way through. We're not just waiting for the autopsy to say, see, we were right. We got to see this all the way through in order to do what the hashtag says and get justice for Nolan.
Yes, and we have Nicole who's been waiting to come up. Let's see if TikTok will allow someone to come up. No. Okay, I'm gonna try one more T.
Oh my God.
T, are you?
You better get to talking. She dropping.
Why do y'all do
I
that?
already
Like,
did.
talk. When y'all come up on the panel, talk. Why do y'all just sit there and look?
Y'all be ready to talk. Have your
Yeah, come off the
questions
mute.
ready, your comments ready. You start off already off of mute. Like, so go ahead and jump in there.
Yes, and y'all, the reason being, like I said before, and you guys may not have been in here. There's a lot of things going on live where people are doing things to get people's lives taken down, and we don't want that to happen. So we can't risk it.
I just have a feeling it's going to be, they're going to say accidental, and then it's just going to have to turn, unfortunately, to a civil situation to where they sue the voice, for
Other E off that bitch name.
neglect or whatever.
I kind of agree with that, but if I'm being real, it needs to be more than that, because if we are correct in our theories, Ashley's got to go.
Oh, I agree. It needs to be. It definitely needs to be more than that. But I feel like I just got this weird feeling. It's gonna turn into, oh, it was accidental, and then it's just only gonna be a civil thing to where, well, why didn't y'all report it? Y'all was
No, I mean, that's why we're waiting for the independent autopsy results. I feel like even the state of Mississippi is waiting for the
Oh,
independent.
they're for sure waiting. They don't want to show their hand just in case they mess up.
And I think if the independent this is just me speculating. If I were in a driver's seat in this case, if I were Ben Crump, if I were Shayla Crump, I believe that they already have the autopsy results. If it had come back as accidental, I think that they would just announce it as accidental and have the funeral on Monday and we move on. I think that independent autopsy result is coming back with what we think happened, and they are like, let's give Nolan the proper send off before we lace up our combat boots. You know what I mean?
And out of nowhere, the sheriff did an interview yesterday with People magazine, of all people. He did an interview, and now he's like, oh, well, let's not jump to conclusions. And I don't like that people are saying he was drunk or it was an accident. Out of nowhere, he's saying out his mouth. And then they asked him, like, well, what's taking so long with the autopsy? And then, and all the rest of the reports, like, well, it takes a couple of weeks for all that. So we probably won't have it for a couple of weeks. And I was like, well, I thought you been had that.
Yes, and what I think, if it's as bad as we think, make it come out Friday morning, but before the funeral, and have it open casket. Show it all.
Exactly.
I believe that as well. I believe that as well. But also, I do think now that we have verified that Sheriff John Ledbetter has bought in the FBI or has reached out to the FBI, I feel like he's doing that for a reason as well. Like they gotten some inkling that they're not going to be able to run it was an accidental drowning, and they need to call in some bigger guns.
I don't even think they called in the FBI. I think the FBI reached out, or Ben Crump had like the FBI reach out or something. I personally don't think they reached out to the FBI.
Right. And I hope it's for a good reason, because these people in the comments just a while ago said that one of their friends, daddy, supposed to be FBI. I hope they said allegedly, but I hope that shit is not true. For real.
So, Miss Shayla, if his autopsy come back the Ben Crump autopsy come back, what does that mean for the coroner? Because didn't she lie already?
That's why you call. I'm sorry, my dogs are going crazy because of this squirrel.
They want to come on the live.
Grace! I'm so. Come on, girls, out! Go get it! Go catch it! Go catch it!
Shayla gave me my life with that laugh.
It be like that. You gotta
I'm sorry. I really thought that giving my dog spiritual names meant I wasn't gonna have to train them, but that doesn't. Don't be naming y'all's fur babies and your real babies spiritual names
My
without.
dogs are named after my parents that get on my nerves. So hey.
Okay.
I got two. They named both of them after my parents that get on my nerves. Cause I named one something sweet and he came evil. So I know he better.
We can't hear you, Miss Shayla, if you're talking.
She putting her down.
This is so messed up.
Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear
A little bit.
No.
You sound kind of like your
Far
mic
away.
is covered. Yeah.
Can y'all hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. I was saying my dogs aren't evil. They are just trying to defend their territory against all things like squirrels and things like that.
Yeah. Yeah, well, y'all, it's 6:40. You know, we are getting close to time.
Can we just agree before we go that if whatever day we get the autopsy back, if it's before 4:30 and time allowed, can everybody get back in here?
I don't know if I can because of my job.
Okay. I've been forgetting about work when I talk about this.
Yeah, but I will say if it's on the weekend, we dropping everything and coming up.
Cool.
And we are getting, like I said, the transcripts from Carmelo's trial are being released. I know that there are some other lives that are already covering that. We are going to try to get them so that we can break them down as well.
Yeah.
Oh, somebody said the judge was charging $10,000 for that. Was that fake?
So initial transcripts, when they come out, they are more expensive. You can actually put in an order directly with the court reporter, and they charge for them. Once they've been prepared and distributed, you can usually get them for a low price to cheap. So they can, with, when they first dropped this morning, she could have charged anywhere for $4,500, and that would have only been for the days in which she dropped, which I only think she dropped June 6th and June 8th. She's not even dropping them in order. So it, like, for me, guys, I love Carmelo. He's not. But it's not like that. So I would rather wait to where we can get the transcripts for little to no money. I also like to read through them before we come on so that we can kind of have an idea of what we're going to talk about and what we want to highlight and tell y'all to pay attention to.
Breezy just said that.
Yeah, she did. Yeah, but we are going to start.
So when I be up at night, I can just send you some stuff. I'm like, Miss Shayla, what's this? Because I be having to wait till the next day until 4:30.
Yeah, we'll figure it out together. We will be Googling and chat GPing and all. I mean, that's what me and Janice do. She'll call me on her breaks and stuff. I'll call her when some things pop up. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, that is what we are all here to, just to work together.
What did they do?
Do y'all feel like the Nolan, Carmelo and Nolan, they just opened up the floodgates. It was so many people last week with this same scenario. I'm like, where the fuck is all of this coming from?
They were our unintentional Rosa Parks. So if you know the story of Rosa Parks, she was not the first Black woman in what was it, Montgomery, Alabama, in Alabama, right? She wasn't the first woman to get arrested for sitting in the white only section of the bus. The NAAC intentionally planted her because she was the perfect vehicle. The woman who had gotten arrested before was 14 and had like a child, and they didn't think that that was, respectability politics was a thing, is a thing. They didn't think that that was the right person who could propel a movement and get people behind her. So they planted Rosa Parks. Nolan and our nephew Carmelo, they grew up. They were just the perfect vehicle to move things forward. Like, of course, none of this was intentional. None of this, not even with Carmelo, none of this was intentional. But it made it easier for us to get behind it, whether you like it or not, whether this puts you face to face with your own personal biases or not. They were the perfect Black excellence people, and that was unintentional.
Yes, and I want to highlight Bookworm really quickly. I was able to confirm you were spot on. Thank you so much for this. WLOX is reporting they will not host a funeral service for Nolan Wells. I'm curious as to why. It says, after meeting with representatives of the Wells family, we support their decision not to hold Nolan Wells' funeral at the locations Monday, July 20th, as previously discussed. So yes, and with that, maybe the date may change as well. And this is me saying that. So we will definitely have to see when the services will be held.
I think that should be Freddie's family anyways. They just disrespected him too much. And now.
Well, and pay attention to also, because from the press conference, Tyler Perry paid for the funeral. Al Sharpton was supposed to officiate. So also pay attention to what they are saying and how they are moving regarding this. I think that is interesting that they are. It makes me say, it makes me question why all of a sudden maybe there isn't going to be a funeral. Is it worse than what we thought? Is it, was it actually an accidental drowning and they just want to kind of quiet things down? It does make me curious as to what the change is.
Yes, and they said we support their decision. So something happened.
And to Kimberly, they probably needed a bigger location. This was going to be in the Mississippi Coast Coliseum. So it was actually a large location to begin with.
Do y'all think they feared of them messing it up?
No, I don't think it. I don't think
so. I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think I think that this is an intentional move. But why they are moving with this intention, I'm uncertain of.
Yes. Bookworm is saying, my point is that if they are talking about funeral arrangements, autopsies are complete. Yes, that's what Miss Shayla said earlier. Yeah, I just feel bad that she has to do this. And I know this is the hardest thing she's ever going to have to do. Because in my opinion, like if it's something like medical or something that you were kind of expecting, it's different. But to be allegedly murdered, I'm sorry, I wasn't supposed to say that. That's different, y'all.
TikTok words.
Yes, I'm sorry, I forgot. Yeah, but yes, we're gonna go ahead and start. Oh, Miss Glow is just came up, but I gotta go. I'm sorry, Miss Glow. Yes, we come Monday through Friday, 4:30 Central Standard Time. So, Breezy, I will let you go first. Do you have anything you want to end on?
Oh no, I don't have nothing I want to end on. I'm very curious, more information about the funeral.
Yeah,
So my eyes is gonna be
on it. Yeah.
on it. I'm very curious about that. Probably need a bigger service, or probably trying to give time for the rest of the family if they not going to have it where they're from. Probably give it more time for other families, even take days off work and time like that to get to the funeral. That can also be the
Yes.
reason.
Yes,
But
that's
we'll
good.
we'll see.
Yes, and possibly too, they may have had to change the date, and maybe it's already utilized for a particular date. Yeah, but we don't know that now. So, Miss J, you have anything you want to say before we end today?
Of course. Parents on the panel, and I'm talking to the black folks. Take it how you want. On the panel in the comments, bro, have those conversations with y'all kids. Y'all not tripping. It's not too harsh. Like, y'all are potentially saving their lives. Don't ever think we can't be Carmelos or Nolans or Tonays. Like, just take that extra safety precaution and don't question it. You're not tripping.
Yes, great word. And Miss Clarity, I have not heard your beautiful voice all day. Do you want to add something before we go? If she can talk, she may not can talk. Yeah, she probably can't talk. So, Miss Pretty, I'll let you go. Wait, Clarity, can you?
Hello.
Okay, go ahead, Miss Pretty.
You on
I
mute,
really
Miss
don't
Clarity.
have anything
She
to
can't talk.
end on. Yeah, I really don't have anything to end on. I'm just wondering why they won't have the funeral. Like, I don't get it. But I would keep my mouth closed because that's what I always do anyway.
Okay, thank you so much for that, Miss Pretty. And last but not least, Miss Shayla.
We're waiting for additional information. I am proud of what we have presented to you guys. We will see how this all plays out. And I'm really happy and excited. I know it seems strange because we are talking about true crimes and crimes that are happening to the Black community, but I'm really excited about what we are building here together. And I just really look forward to, carrying through the process with you guys.
Yes, I definitely agree with the same. And I want to thank each of you guys for coming up. Miss Breezy, you have been here consistently. Definitely appreciate you. And thank you guys for in the chat. We are growing. We just want to get the information out. And like Jay says, this is just a learning lesson. We definitely need to speak to our kids and just do what we can. But also at the end of the day, y'all, we just want to make sure that we are bringing you guys factual information with sources, and we will see you guys tomorrow at 4:30 Central Standard Time. See y'all later.
Thank you, Janice, too, for presenting a safe space and creating a safe space. So thank you.
Thank
you.
Thank you. You're welcome, guys. All right, I'll see y'all later.
See y'all on the
Bye.
back end.
Bye. Yeah.